Yeah, so I'm gonna start recording. So as we were saying, so before you, I'm gonna let you finish that. We got Mo and we got my man Scott Bullock on the call. But Dana, go ahead and finish saying what you were saying about that.
Prince.
Yeah.
Well,
Prince.
he the reason why you know it, and we all know it. The reason why he's in jail for the rest of his life, and Tommy Mickens, Tony Montana is not, is because of the bodies, the murders. He had the murders. He think about it. He had the murders, and he didn't testify against anybody. So he's gonna be in there. Think about it. Tommy Mickens didn't have to testify against anybody. He had no murders.
Yeah.
He had no murders.
And that's
nothing.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. And so, like, what I be trying to explain to my little young dudes, you know, when you catch them cases, I'm reading this book right now. If y'all can see in my background, it's called Chokehold, man. I'm telling you right now, this book is probably one of the best books that I've ever read. And I'm only on page like 30 something.
Right.
I'm telling you. Trey got me this book for Christmas, man, and I'm telling you, like I'm learning so much about us as people, stuff that I knew, stuff that I didn't know, how they view us, when it comes to prosecuting, just all of the like the
that's
stereotypes, like all that. It's by Paul Butler. You guys can look him up. I'm gonna be honest. If you get a chance, get the book, man. I'm telling you.
I gotta get the book after I finish reading my book. I'm reading about Robert Moses, who basically created New York as it is now with the highways, and you know, I'm reading about how racist he was, and how he built Long Island. He built Long Island. They did the Long Island Expressway. The reason why they did it the way they did it is because they didn't want black people out in Long Island. They didn't want in the public housing, how he set up the public housing. You know, he was behind these projects getting built and all this other stuff. He's really behind how legislation is done in the state, because before they had, you know, your governor, your comptroller, and all this other, you know, these other people, which basically runs into about 6 to 8 people. It was 169 agencies in New York City at one time. 169, that's crazy. And all the money that was being taken and siphoned out. It's a good book. I gotta read your book after I read mine. It's a good book. I like it. Because it just shows how cruel they were, and it showed how they did New York and how they treated black people, and, you know, how racist they were. I like to read that stuff. I do.
So check this out. You know, we got to get a formal introduction. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Chop Shop. You know, this is our final, this is our final video of the year. We've been having some positive feedback, some positive talk. It's a couple of questions that I got. We just going to do like a year-end wrap-up. It's just some things that I want to talk about, and for us looking forward to 2021. So my first question, and I'll ask Mo, then Dana, then Todd, then Miko, and then Bullock if he can. I know he might be on mute. I see that he's on, but he might be on mute because of where he at. But I'm gonna go Mo, Dana, Todd, and then Miko. The first question is, as we all saw the George Floyd, how he died and the news on his neck. My question is, what's on the neck of black people in this current day? So
what did you say? What's on the neck of black people in this current day?
What's on the neck of black people?
I had to say one main thing, I would say just generational curses, as far as like still slavery to this day is still on our neck, because it's just a modern day slavery now, how they do things and how they handle things is, you know, and I think a lot of it was just brought to the forefront during this pandemic and other things, because I mean, I still recall in like 2003 when I guess it was the Southern Law Properties group. They had been telling the law enforcement and the military that they were being infiltrated by racist skinheads, neo-Nazi, things like of that nature, getting this information and getting this training and being promoted to be these positions as captains and lieutenants and everything throughout these police forces throughout the United States, and nothing was being done about it. So it's just come to fruition that there's faculties in place and in positions of authority that, you know, have been persecuting us and executing us and everything, and it's just now being caught on tape in some instances. But so it's just been still those generational curses and racism. It's still like the biggest thing that's on our neck.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, Dana, it's on you, brother.
Wait, say that one more time. What's the question one more time?
What is on the neck of Black people in this current day?
On the neck, as far as what would you say on the neck? You talking about just holding us back?
What's holding us back? Absolutely.
Oh goodness. Common knowledge. Common knowledge. Knowledge of what's going on around you. I mean, we can say it's this person and that person, and it's true to a certain extent. But we got to know what's going on around us. We got to do, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I've gotten more into researching than any time before, ever since this has started, because knowing what's holding us back, like I said, is not doing your research and not knowing about stuff. If it's certain things that I didn't know about, I was like, you know what? Wow, how come I don't know about that? You know, it's not something that we talk about. You know, another thing holding us back is us. We always want to knock us down. We always knocking ourselves. We knock ourselves down so much. We do. Regardless on if it's sports or another person saying something that you don't like or you disagree with, we knock it down. I've come to the point where, and you know, everybody, like Ty always says, opinions are like a-holes. Everybody got them. And you know what? Let them have their opinion. You can have your opinion. You can have your wish thing, but why do you have to knock me down for having that? You know? Yeah. Even though I'm wrong, even though I might be wrong, but why knock me down? Knock me down in private. Don't. In other words, you know what? Don't knock me down in public. Knock me down in private. If we're of the same color, I don't want to see another color see you knock me down. You know, I don't want to see that. I would rather do it in private. You know, so we don't see some. You know, because that's what they look at. They look at that. They see it. They see us knocking ourselves down. They do it. So that's why they do it. So that holds us back. I think us not having the knowledge of what's going on, I hear a lot of ignorant stuff a lot of times. And I'm like, man, if they only knew. But I can only say but so much. It's up to you to want to do your own research. It's up to you to hold up your end of what you want to do. And that's not knocking us down. I mean, like I said before, I don't want to hold too long, but we, you know, it's like Mo said, it's these different agencies and it's different. They hold it, but we don't know that. We don't know that because we don't care about it. We care about, you know, who's driving this. It's funny, man. Everybody wants money. It's fine. It's cool to have money. I understand. Money gives you options. That's great. But is it everything? I always see people talk about, I want the bag. I'm going with the bag. I want the bag. What the hell is a bag? I don't know what that is. You know, really. I'm being serious. I don't know a bag. What are you talking about? Money? All right, cool. What are you going to do with it? And for me, and I've said this before, I've said this If I get money, I do it now anyway. I help other people out. I do. If you need a couple of bucks, yeah, you know, I can help you out because I know what it is to be on that side. I know how it is to be down and not have cash. I mean, Rome, me and you didn't combine, me, you and Ty didn't combine to get Chinese food. What are you talking about? You know?
We splitting chicken wings and fried rice.
Split chicken wings and fried rice.
And it was only
God,
220.
Lanisha
It was only 225.
Right. And thank God Lanisha was working at McDonald's at one time. You know? I'm telling you, man, like it's you know, it's good to have money, but at the same time, we should be able to help each other. I think it's all about helping each other. I really do. I wish I'd have felt like this 30 years ago, 20 years ago, but it's all about helping each other. And if we can help each other, then we can get that foot off our neck.
That's what's up, man.
That's me.
Good input. Miko, is on you, brother.
Is it me or the time? Me?
You. It's on you.
Go on, son. Do your thing.
Well, you know me.
Me.
Here's the thing. My man D just touched on it, but what I want to say, the thing that's on our neck still is cohesion. You know what I'm saying? Because look, man, the thing about it all is if we had more cohesion amongst our people, everything else we could get with no problems.
Yep.
But you got your Angela Rye black people, then you got your Candace Owens. You got your you know what I'm saying? Like you got your Killer Mike black people.
Right.
You got your Larry Elder black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why when they always say all skin folk ain't kinfolk, that's what they mean.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
You know
That's
I mean?
right.
So, and then we got it to the point to where, like I said, like financially, when it comes to money and things like that, because we always talk about that, and like I said, cats about like getting that bag. Cats want to get that bag for this reason, and it's amongst our people, and it's a shame. But I always use this and always say this. We like to spend money we don't have to buy things we can't afford to impress people we don't even like.
Right.
So
correct.
And because that's the whole cohesion thing. Like black people can't come together for nothing. Look at what the Republican Party is doing or have been doing. They come together no matter what. They can disagree. They can argue. But when it comes down to a common cause, they united.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Unanimously.
You know, that's what I'm saying. But for our people, we cannot do that. But it started way back in the day, and we know this from when we was taken from my homeland, from my motherland. You had your field N-words and you had your house N-words.
That's right.
And they was already pitted against each other. And it's carried over till today. So once we get cohesion amongst our people, man, and that's the biggest thing for me. That's the biggest thing that's on our neck like right now. Because we can have the white man or whoever with their foot on our neck, and you got black people that are standing around and look at it and be like, hey, instead of coming in and be like, yo, man, get your foot off my brother's neck, dude.
Right.
You know, you got your foot on his neck, you got your foot on all of our neck. You know what I'm saying? But until we can get that cohesion, we gonna constantly have that on our neck, bro. And that's what I got to say.
Miko, it's that Willie Lynch syndrome.
Right.
It's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Word.
Good job, man. All right, it's on Ty next.
Well, you know, the main thing I feel or believe that is on our necks holding us back is, of course, us. You know what I mean? Because like I always say, nobody can stop us but us. You know what I mean? I always feel that way. Like, no matter what the circumstances is, we could come back from whatever. Like how me and Rome got on that we down 20 thing. I changed it to now to like we down 400. You know what I mean? Like 400 years we behind. So in order for us to catch up and win, we can't make mistakes. Like we can't keep doing. We know what they're gonna do to us. We know they're gonna try to stop us. But like Meek always say, when we united, we really can't be stopped. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the reason why, like for football, the reason I don't watch football is because of Colin Kaepernick. And it's crazy that my man Dana is working on a show now for Colin Kaepernick. But I don't watch football because I don't respect no football players. And I don't know them, never met them. But if one of my brothers gets up and is fighting for all of us, because what Colin Kaepernick was fighting for was for all of us. You know, respect and police brutality, that was for everybody. And for everybody not to stand with him was corny. You know what I mean? I look at it like this. If it's 10 of us and we're on the same team and all 10 of us stand up and say, yo, we not doing this, they can't, what they gonna do? They can't get rid of all 10 of us. So they got us. But if Colin Kaepernick get up and say, hey, man, we need this and we need that, and the people he's speaking for sit back and don't say nothing, they know they can do whatever they want to him because nobody else gonna stand for nothing. And it goes back to with that whole bag thing. Like, to me, when people say, oh, I'm gonna get that bag, all they really want to do is get something to show off. You know what I mean? Like they don't have a plan. They not sit back saying like, oh, I want to open up a school for kids and I want to do this, so I need $1 million or whatever, where it's a plan. No, it ain't no plan to it. They want to get a bag so then they can let people know they got money and then they can start shit. And them people ain't gonna never get a bag. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna get it because it ain't meant for them to have it. Like I always say, the whole thing with money that also we don't understand is that white people need a lot of money to be something. You know what I mean? And that's no racist, that's just the truth. For them to feel comfortable, they need a lot of something. We don't need as much as they need to be powerful. We powerful with nothing. Like think about like me, Dan, and Rome, we all grew up together. I guarantee you, if you look at your life, you can say life was probably the most funnest when I had no money. You know what I'm saying? Like when I didn't have no money, to me, life was a lot easier or had more fun because it was never about money. It was about getting up in the morning, going to hoop. You know what I'm saying? And never thought about money. So I know money is not the key to happiness. But getting back to our main thing is we got to come together, but it got to be for a cause. Like we said, the Republicans, they could cuss each other out and do what they want, but when it comes time to put something in place, they voting unanimously. Like it ain't no, everybody, this is gonna work for us, I'm on it. If you had a vote right now with black people, oh man, like it'll go all different sideways because we not voting for what's best for us. People are voting for what's best for them. And I always say our mentality is messed up because I think people really think like they're gonna live forever. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's not about you who you are. It's about you enjoying life and making sure that the people who come after us, life is better than our life. And that's how I look at life, period. Like while you here, enjoy it. But make sure that while you here, you make it better for whoever's coming next. And then whoever's coming, like life's supposed to get greater later. You know what I mean? But with us as our people, man, we make it hard on ourselves. Like we know what we up against. We know they fear us because of our skin color. We know that. But the problem is we fear ourselves because of our skin color. Like, you know what I mean? Like I told this dude the other day, I was like, think about it. If I'm walking down the street late at night and there's a bunch of white dudes coming down the street, I'm not even worrying about them. It's when I see my own people coming down the street that I'm worried. Like, and that's like, it might pop off.
That's wrong. Right.
And that's crazy. It's like I'm supposed to be comfortable when I see one of them. Like you can't walk down the street no more and say, "Hey, what up, man?" Like we look at each other like Like, why
What you
are
mean
you
with
speaking to
What you
me?
mean? What you mean with
Yeah,
shut?
like, listen, man, like, we in this together. Like, and I really, like, appreciate it when I'm in the supermarket or something and I see an older black man and he give me that head nod. Like, dope. Like, you know what I mean? And I smile and head nod, and that's all I gotta do. Smile
I
and
do that
head
now.
nod and back. Acknowledge that I see you, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
I do
respect.
that now.
And we don't have to all love each other, because to me that love stuff is fake. We're not gonna all love each other. That's not gonna happen. But we can all acknowledge and respect each other to the fullest, dog, because we all going through the same thing. Like, think about it. Because of our skin color, we all got the same issues.
That's right.
If the police pull us over, we all going through it the same way.
That's right. The same
Our
way
credit
whether
score
we
can
got
be different. Our
right.
bank account can be different. Our
Don't
job
matter.
can be different. But we all gonna go through it the same way, just because of our skin color, man. That's how we need to respect and acknowledge each other just because of our skin color and nothing else. And I'm cool. I don't want to keep talking because I can keep going.
I'm telling you, right?
Yeah, that you know, this the year-end wrap-up, man. So I wanted to, you know, you guys to give us some good input. I'm gonna check real quick before I go, see if my man Bullock is on. I know he on, but he might be on mute because he might.
Hey man, I'm right here, baby.
Bull, what's going on?
I'm right here, man. I'm right here listening to you brothers, man. I'm driving right now, so I might be in and out. But I'm just listening to the brothers. You already know how me and you talk. So I'm like, man, I got the wife right here. We over here going back and forth at it like, yo, this is real. Different topics that the brothers have already said, you know what I'm saying, the togetherness and all that, but it really stems from the knowledge of self and the lack of knowledge that we had. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, want to say each one teach one. You're always going to have a class. You're always going to have that group. You know what I mean? Like the brother had broke down the different people up. You know what I mean? They feel as though they're more successful. So I'm going to look down on this black man. I'm going to look down on this black woman. And it's like, okay, we're going to say, well, if we all come together, the reality is that we're not all going to come together. In my opinion, I think it's separation of death, because you're going to have, you got the righteous and you got the non-righteous. You got the civilized and the uncivilized. And those who want to be civilized will come. They will come. If they want the knowledge and information, they're going to come. They're going to come with it. Other than that, they're going to continue to be them. And that's devilish. And they're going to continue to move how they move. I'm going to step over this brother just to impress this white man and impress, not even impress the white man, to feel as though I'm on the status with them. But you got to think of it like this. This was a game that we was never designed to win.
That's right.
We wasn't designed to win this
Wasn't
game.
built for us.
You know what I'm saying? So when we measure our success to their standard, what's their standard? Like what is their standard? You know what I'm saying? Who says that they're in control? It's you're in control of self first. You take care of your family first. You take care of yourself first. You take care of your community first. And each one teach one do that, we be in a better place. And that's period.
Yes, sir.
That's right on time right there.
So y'all see why I wanted him on the phone. So I work with him.
Yeah.
He worked days and I work PM. So we overlap. Like when I come in, he's leaving. Good brother. He from Jersey. Real positive, man. Like he be schooling me on stuff all the time. You know, we school each other. And it's one of those things like, you know, just we try to make our young men. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One of the things, it's a few things I got lack of wanting to learn. That's one of the things that's holding us, that's on our neck. Like we're so ingrained in stuff that don't even matter that we feed in stuff that actually is designed to keep us down versus stuff that is meant to lift us up. Many of us are, what's on our neck, many of us are missing those father figures. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
I see it every day.
It is.
Young men, me and Bullock and the other men be trying to be fathers to this dude. And then sometimes we got to pull ourselves back and be like, they don't even understand what that is. They don't even understand when you give them love because they haven't had it. So they just, to women being in their life, and that's why they're so disrespectful to a woman that as a man, when you come to them as a real one, they don't even know how to accept it because they've been dealing with fake stuff their entire lives. So real don't even attract them because they want to be
Right.
fake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Structure is really hurting our people. Like we don't have no blueprint on how to succeed. You know, many of us grew up with our fathers, right? So we learn a structure, or we create a format out of our own understanding, basically out of survival mode, right? Many of us wasn't
Right.
taught to do this or do that. So I'll be saying, dang, am I doing the right thing? Because it's self-taught. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes
Right.
you got to go back and you got to deal with somebody who going to give you the real answers, because if you just doing what you know, then that means you might be misguided. And I think that's what's
Right.
crippling us as well. Man, sense of entitlement. You know, it's so many. Sometimes I be wanting to smack these little dudes that I work with. You know what I'm saying? Bull can attest to that. Like, they think that they supposed, like, you supposed to get them something. I'm like, yo, do you realize, man, our ancestors worked for everything that they got? Like, they marched, they got beaten, they got raped, they got sprayed with waters, dogs released on them and all of that. And they did all of that for us. And you think I'm just supposed to give you something? Just
Right. Well, that's what they think.
you ain't earned nothing. You know what I'm saying? And my last thing, and this I say a lot to young ladies, any young lady that I come in contact with, and it goes for men too, but like knowing your worth, right? Like,
Yeah.
why are you dealing with
Yeah.
a dude and you know he ain't about nothing? If he already got 3 or 4 kids over here, what you think, you gonna change him? You know what I'm saying? And
That's real talk.
And the same thing for us as men. Like, just because her body is like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or
Right.
all these
Right.
people, Megan Thee Stallion, that they put on the TV, that's not ideal, bro. Like, just because it look good don't mean that it's good. Like, it's
Everything that look good to you ain't always good for you.
listen, there's nothing wrong with having a beautiful wife who's beautiful for you. Not to the world, but that's beautiful for you. And these young dudes nowadays, they don't know that because a lot of us as older adults don't tell them that. They don't express that. Like, me and Bull is probably one of the few men at our job. It might be a couple more that's married. So just think about that. They don't even hear men talk about their wives. So why would they ever think that having a girlfriend or having one person is feasible, or that that's the thing to do? If they surrounded by people and an environment that say, yo, shorty, man, yo, I got me about 4 or 5 chicks. And then hear me and Bullock come along and we talk about our wives. They looking at us sideways, even though the path that we taking them is the right path, but they're going to always lean to the negativity. You know what I'm saying? So I think just what's on our neck as Black people is, man, we got to learn how to get out of our own way.
Right.
If we can get out of our own
Well
way, love each other, and respect each other. We ain't got to get along, but the love comes from the respect. Like, I love you enough not to hurt you, because we come from the same stuff. If I shoot you, that's another mother in the community that got to bury their kid. That now that kid's growing up, the family's growing up without brothers, fathers, and all of that. Like, until we see that, man, we gonna be in this same cycle every single year after year. So that's my spill on that, on the first question. The second question I got is, if we are to pass the baton to the next generation, are we confident that they will run the race to the end? So let me say that again. If we are to pass the baton in a relay race to the next generation, are we confident that they're going to run the race to the end? It's on you, Dana.
Let me see. Hold on, say it one more time.
If we are to pass the baton to the next generation, are we confident that they will run the race to the end?
Ooh, I don't. Not by what I'm looking at now. It doesn't look like it. By what I'm looking at now, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's looks like, I mean, listen, you have some, I mean, from the kids that I know, the mothers and the fathers that I know, like you know, Ty, your kids are smart. You seem, you have everything under control. But when you look out, when you look out, amongst and see what's really happening, I don't know, man. I can't answer it. I can't. Maybe the next might be able to, but from what I'm looking at right now, it doesn't seem like it is. But this is what I'm saying. But I can't go off of everything that I see because I don't see enough of the kids to really realize what they can do. I know what they can do, but to really think that they can take it to the next level, I don't know. I really don't. That's, to tell you the truth, it's like a draft. It's a crapshoot. It is. It's like the draft. It's a crapshoot. You don't know if it's gonna be, if you're gonna get, if you're gonna have a good player, or if you're gonna have a bad, a bust. You just don't know. It's a crapshoot, and I really couldn't. I couldn't say. I really couldn't say. I honestly can't say that I know that passing the baton to the next generation, because you gotta look at it, man. Look at all the different sexualities there are. Do you realize that? Have you took a look at that, man? All the different sexualities there are. You have the fluid. I'm just learning this shit. Fluid, and all this other stuff. I'm like, yo, man. Either I don't. That's what really messes me up, because I'm like, it can go either way, man. Nowadays, it can go either way. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it doesn't look good. I'll tell you that. In my opinion, it doesn't look good. But then again, I'm not around enough kids to really see what's really going on. I can only go off of the kids that, I see from the parents that I know. And from the parents that I know, the kids are doing splendidly well. So, if I go off of that, yeah, I think it'll be great. But if I go off of what I see or what I hear, then no. So it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
No doubt. All right, Mo, it's on you, brother. Good job, Dana.
Well, I would have to say if it's left up to the brothers, no. But we got some sisters out there. Let me tell you, holding us down. Miss Mallory holding us down. Stacey Abrams holding us down. It's look at it across the board. and
not to I want to interrupt. I'm actually working for a black director. I know you heard of her, Ava DuVernay.
Yes.
Yeah, she's directing, so we're working for her. Yeah, so I understand what you're saying, but continue.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, man, where are we as men? Where are we? That's the only drawback that I see. I see like sisters been holding it down for generations. Like you said, all of us grew up without our father figures or fathers.
Right.
Sisters are still doing it. So we got to change that for anything change. But, they doing a great job. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know.
No doubt.
But they doing a great job with what they can.
No doubt. It's on you, Miko.
Lord, if we was to run and pass the baton on to the next generation, if we could, trust them to take it to the end, not without them wanting to stop and take some selfies and stuff first. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Not without them wanting, to get their followers up to show like what they doing. And like my man Mo said, like when it comes to the man, like I said, I don't know, but we got some sisters that's holding us down. But on the flip side of that, we definitely got some black women, some sisters that's holding us down.
Mm-hmm.
But the only issue I have with that is they quick to rub it in your face. Instead of being like, black men, come with us. We can do this together. They've been saying, like, see what we doing? This is what we doing. Y'all ain't doing this because y'all can't. It's just one of those things to where I just, like I said, it comes back to cohesion again. You know, we compete against each other so much, man. And it's the and for us to give that baton to the next ones, to be able to take it and run to the end, we can't. You can't do that with people who want to just come snatch it out of your hand without you running and giving it to them. You know
I'm
what I mean?
standing outside.
You know, and that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, and for me to look at it as a whole, like I said, we do got some black women be holding it down. Can't front on that. You know, and we got some black men that could, but it's almost to the point to where some of them don't even like want to let you in. There's reasons for that. You know what I'm saying? So, because a lot of them say, you hit a lot. Now, I don't need no man. We hit a lot. Need no man. You know, so that's why, you know, and the strength of the black community has always been like the black family. The black family. Man, woman, you know what I'm saying, holding it down. Backbone, you know, like say, yeah, like you got a man and stuff, but the woman is the backbone, period. So, but for me to answer that question, not so sure, bruh. Like my man D said, it's a crapshoot. You know, like looking at it nowadays, you gotta look and see who their role models are now. Cause think about it though, bruh. Let's just cut to music real quick, just for a quick analogy. Look at who they listening to and what they down with nowadays. But look at us when we was coming up. Public Enemy, X-Clan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You had, you know what I'm saying, Gil Scott-Heron. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you break it down into what we had coming up for us to keep our eye on what we're supposed to be trying to get. Nowadays, just like you said, Rome, earlier, a lot of cats think that, like, you know what I'm saying, like they self-entitled because of the struggles that we had to go through to try to help them get the things that we never had. Now they feel like they're self-entitled with it. So for us to get in the baton, they're going to think, yeah, you're supposed to give me the baton. Like, give it here. Now get out the way. Instead of thank you, let's finish what you started. And that's all I got to say about it.
Good job, brother. So you, Ty?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't have confidence in the next generation at all. Like, just in it, and it's just because of what is put in front of them to progress. Like we think about it, like we grew up in a situation where nothing was given to us. Like you had to go out and make what you wanted to be. Like you had to, and also growing up in our generation, you had to be who you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like where I come from, faking could get you killed. You know what I mean? Being phony could get you killed. So you had to be who you are. Whether if you was a nerd, be a nerd. Cool. Just stay in your nerd pocket. If you was a ball player, be a ball player. Stay in your pocket. Nowadays it's like these kids do whatever they see. Like you were saying, they just trying to see who gonna follow them. You know what I mean? Who gonna pay attention? So if they get on the internet and do something dumb, and all of a sudden a bunch of people think it's cool, oh, tomorrow they're gonna do something dumber. You know what I mean? Then it's gonna get dumber. So it's not about them being the best person they could be. Now with these kids, it's like being whatever's getting their attention. You know what I mean? Whatever's going on, that's what I want to do. These dudes putting blonde in their hair and all this crazy stuff. So now it's cool. Oh, now I want it in my hair. Like, you know what I mean? Like I sometimes just be around these kids and I'll be like, I don't remember growing up with people with all this hair. Like I like growing up and think about it, you had a little fade haircut, you shaved it. I mean, like people like how your hair is long, you get it braided, it's cool, you letting the dreadlocks, that's different. But with all this color stuff and all that, like and it's all about attention. Like it's all about doing what's gonna get attention. So with them, they're not programmed to do the right thing. It's like they're programmed to do whatever's going to get them attention. You know what I mean? Like you brought up music. Yeah, our music, like I always tell people, like I grew up on drug dealer music. Now these kids grow up on drug user music. Like, and the thing about growing up on drug dealer music, it didn't make me want to go sell drugs. Like, you know what I mean? They just told stories of drug dealing stuff. But nowadays, this drug using music is really making these kids do drugs. Like Percocets and Molly's and like the music is making them do whatever. So it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't have too much confidence in the next generation, man, because they're not programmed to go forward. Like I said, it's supposed to get greater later. To me, it's like it's going backwards. Like I always mess with my young boys. I'd be like, man, y'all in y'all generation, y'all messed up hip hop and basketball all in one generation. Like y'all can't hoop or rap. Your whole generation, y'all done took us backwards, dog. So no, I don't have confidence in it. Even though of course, I hope it gets greater later. But if I was a betting man, I bet against it.
Oh man, hey Bull, what's up, man? What you got for me?
Yeah, I'm over here screaming, laughing, my man. They can't ball nor rap. They going back. Hey man, me and the wife, I'm serious, me and the wife having this dialogue. So what we get, the question is, if we was to give the baton, will we trust them to take it further, take it to the end? I would go back, I would say yay and nay. And here's the two reasons why. Yes, because if you have an individual who has knowledge of self and he's pushing that and plugging that into the child, because I was listening to a brother, he said, your children are going to do what you say, they're going to do what you do. So if you're an example of what you speak, or you practice what you preach, and you really program the child to really get that inside, that inner conscious, to get that awareness of them, I'm sure they'll be able to pass the baton. The problem is we see kids on a daily who are just lost. And they're lost to the point where I think you got 14, 15, 16 years of dysfunction. How could you really even plug into something that doesn't want to even listen to you? You see what I'm saying? Now we can tell you to pour seeds, but you need a person to plant. I'm a gardener. So you need a person to plant seed, you need a person to till the soil, you need a person to plant the seed, you need the sunlight, you need the water. You need all those elements in order for the plant to grow. So if it's not happening, it's not going to grow. And the crazy piece is, like, you see us, we work in the juvenile jail, so we see the youngins, but then you do have scattered youngins who are actually going to school and doing the right thing. So, like I said, you're going to have the satisfied versus dissatisfied. You're going to have the righteous versus the non-righteous, the civilized versus the uncivilized. So you're always going to have that. So can we trust them to take it all away? Nah. You get some's going to take it, and some's going, like you said, they're going to pose and take a selfie. You know what I mean? And that goes even to us. I was sitting there talking to my wife. That goes even to us. You got brothers and sisters, even brothers our age, who are lost without their phones. Remember back in the day, you had to remember every phone number you knew. You know what I mean? You had to actually know. You ain't had no Waze, MapQuest. You had to know where your ass was at, wherever you was at. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was. But now, it's just like the youngin' can, like you said, you can be whoever. You can go on Instagram and act this type of way. You had to actually be that, or you was gonna get pulled up about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. But it's just, y'all touch so many topics, man. Like even when it came to, the women are, you know what I'm saying, ahead. And then like my wife was saying, they're wanting brothers, they're pushing brothers down because, like, where you at? But then you got to go back to the design. Even in slave, I think last question the brother said about the Willie Lynch letter. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to make the man physically strong, but emotionally and mentally weak. And the woman had to be strong. She had to be, you know what I'm saying, emotionally there, because that's the mother of the family. Big mama. Big mama always gonna hold it down. Big mama. So where's the man at?
Yeah, what happened to Big Daddy?
You know what I mean? You running the bit, that's what I'm saying. So you gotta understand, like, the actual essence of a man. You got a lot of adult males running around here. You got a lot of adult boys. You don't got man. Man is a spirit. And if you don't have that, like I tell my son, he's 7. I say, hey, who is the original? Who is the black man? The black man is the original man. You already know what that is. So we ain't even gonna play them games. But that's what I'm saying. It's like what's being plugged in. You gotta, if they can't pass the baton, you gotta blame our generation for not doing it, and then the generation before us for not being there. So it's like, man, it's a twofold, man, twofold, baby.
Man, good,
Facts.
good, man. That's man, y'all done dropped some jewels. For me, I'm at a yay or nay too, because it depends what generation you talking about too. I see a generation of young men that I work with, I wouldn't pass them nothing. Right? But I look at a generation of people who protested during this George Floyd, and I'm confident in that generation that change is coming. Like, they did more than most people that are our age would even think about doing. They showed a fearless persona about themselves, that we don't care that we're in a pandemic. We don't care, like, we standing together. And that's been the one thing that's been holding this country back, is us forming in unity, not blacks, but everybody. So in that part, I'm confident. But on the other part, when it comes to our young black males right now that's in their teenagers, I'm a little concerned, because we still missing that added ingredient. We still missing those fathers, right? We still missing that family structure. We still missing that discipline. You know, when we was kids, if we did something wrong, it was discipline behind it. Like, it might be from a lot of people. It might be from your neighbor, and you might walk home and see your uncle. Then you get home and you see your pops. Then you disrespect your grandmother and your grandfather because it's their name. So you might get 4 whoopings by the time, and you only did one thing. Nowadays, there's no accountability for our young men. And we, the issue that we run up against every day, and like me and Bull try to teach these kids, like, all of that y'all talk about doing, yeah, and the first thing they be like, yo, you bluffing. We be like, nah, you the one who bluffing. Because if I say I'm going to slap you, I'm going to slap you. If I say I'm going to punch you in your face, I'm going to punch you in your face. That's the era that we grew up in. So I'm not going to be disrespectful to no man if I'm not willing to do what I said that I'm going to do. But this generation now, they can be pretenders because society has made it simple for them. I could get on Instagram and I could have 1 million followers and be a nobody, but I'm somebody to those 1 million followers. So am I confident of passing the baton? I'm confident in passing it to the young men and women that I know is willing to grab it, because we might pass it and it might fall right on the floor. But the ones who are willing to grab it and then run with it, I'm confident, because of what I've seen, that they will make the strides that we need to make in order for this country to be great. So we got one more question, and then we're going to wrap it up. So we talked about a lot of things on here, and my question to everybody on here before we go through our round robin of giving your last input on the day is, what part of change are you looking for in your own life? So what solution are you bringing to all of the issues that's going on in society? Like, what are you willing, or what are you looking to change in order to make this a better place? I think my man Dana's on mute. I'm trying to unmute him. Dana, are you off? Can you get on? They say ask to unmute. I'm trying to unmute you, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Mute now.
Can you hear me?
Dana.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. It's on you.
You can hear me? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go past me for a second. Around.
All right, I'm gonna put you back on mute. All right, Mo, it's on you, brother.
So what was the question again?
So the question is, what part of change are you looking for in 2021?
For me, it starts with looking across the aisle, reaching to other ethnicities that don't look like me, that don't talk like me or don't sound like me, to get them to know who I am as a person versus just questioning or thinking about it. No, you don't have to, what's the situation that's keeping you from learning or understanding more about us or about me, because I think that's one of the biggest misnomers about us is, like Ty said, when they see us, they want to cross the street. They don't want to come, think we confrontational or we angry or just anything that's derogatory that's going to shed a bad light on us. Try to remove that and show them the positivity and show them that we're human. We have great humanity. We have great leadership skills. We have all that. I mean, so for me, and living here in Texas, Marone, how it is. It's a red state. When you go places, people have a sense of entitlement like none before now. They want to try you. They want to, step to you or whatever. But for me, it's just never let them see me sweat. Never let them think they got to me or, anything. Because my wife and I were out a couple of weeks ago. And all of a sudden we hear this loud noise and commotion going on. And we're like, what's going on? And all of a sudden it's a bunch of just like Confederate flags, Trump supporters rolling down the street and everything and saying, stop stealing, stop stealing. And I'm thinking to myself, we could never, just like when they marched on the Capitol of Washington in Michigan.
No doubt.
There's things that we could never do. That like, they would never allowed us to come in there with guns like that. It's just stuff that you see that's like, just crazy to me that, one race or one individual can do something and it's like, oh, that's acceptable. That's okay. But let you try that. It's looked at as like, oh, look at them. They just don't, to help people get more of us. That's all. That's my biggest takeaway from it is. And right now we got a group of kids that we're learning and teaching how to play golf and the etiquette on the golf course. And it's really tough, brothers. It's hard because, they think it's boring. They don't want to get into it. And I'm telling them there's so many scholarships that go unfilled in the Black community for golf that people don't realize. There's different avenues to make moves in and to like break those generational curses, get us a more found footing and just get us to be more educated, more informational, more knowledgeable about life in general and everything and every aspect of what we go through as a man on a daily basis. To me, it's just, I'm reading this book by Lecrae right now. It's called How I Lost My Religion, But I Found My Faith. Because,
Lecrae, I know you talking about.
Like you said earlier, everybody gonna have their religious belief or their religious beliefs and everything else, but it's about your faith, what you believe, and how you walk and how you move, and just to become a better person and a better person in the community everywhere, every aspect of like just betterment and then empowerment as well. Is what I'm about and what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to get across to people.
No doubt. Rico, it's on you. Good job, Mo.
Word. Yeah, good job, Mo. I like that, bro. I like all that. So Jerome, you said what am I trying to do for 2021? You saying what? I'll repeat the question again in its entirety.
The question is, what part of change are you looking for in 2021?
Word. Okay. some of what Mo was talking about, for sure. And also, too, is to educate more and more of my people, man. And Jerome, you know this because we always talk about this. You know what I'm saying? To educate more and more of my people, man, about finances.
No doubt.
And about not me giving you $100, but showing you how to get $100 on
Yes,
your
sir.
own, with your own resources, and using the knowledge of finances, man, to help for us to rebuild back up our community, man, to keep more of our dollars in our community. Because everybody else does it. Every other ethnicity does it. Why can't we? And we used to, because they know what's up. But the thing is, man, you go to Chinatown, man, they got malls, banks, all kind of stuff in Chinatown, bro. They got everything in Chinatown. You know, so you got Little Italy and all these spots. Like, you guys from New York know all about all of that. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm looking at, man, is to help our community, man, rebuild back up our communities. Matter of fact, it's funny that we're talking about this too, because I was making a list of things that we need in our communities, man, to help rebuild our communities back up. And everybody, like what I see, what a lot of our people do, especially when it comes to becoming an entrepreneur, we all want to run and do the same things. As far as everybody got a barbershop, everybody got a salon, everybody want to start a restaurant. But let's get some Black supermarkets. Let's get some Black clinics and Black hospitals. Let's get some more. Like Black libraries, Black tech companies. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us be able to have our own, like, what you call them? Department stores and online stores, and like our own Black phone companies, like having Black automobiles. Just everything that everybody else producing, we need to be able to produce for ourselves, to be able to sustain us and our own neighborhoods, to the point where we become that self-sufficient, to the point to where our dollars stay more in our neighborhoods. And for me to go out and teach and to show as many people as I possibly can how to eliminate that debt that you have. You're overpaying in taxes. Let me show you how to minimize them taxes. Let me show you how to minimize your expenses. Let me give you more knowledge and insight on investments. We got to build back up our communities, and it's got to start with the knowledge of us using our resources and our finances, and still doing that. And that's the thing for 2021 I really want to do, bro.
Good job, man. Good job. I really like that, especially the last part. So I know what I'm gonna do. One of my first calls for the new year, that's what we're gonna talk about. It's gonna be called Invite a Friend, and we're gonna talk about finances. We're gonna talk about ways on how we could put our money together and own stuff. Basically, that's one of the things that every culture understands. We great consumers, but we not very good owners. And we need to change that in 2021. But the only way to change that is you have to get the knowledge. I speak to people sometimes, and everyone wants to do this and wants to do that, but it's almost like if a person want to learn how to ride a bike, you first got to know that you got to put your feet on the pedal before you do anything else. And most people don't even know how to put their foot on the pedal. We might be doing okay, but how many people we know are struggling? Not just money-wise, I'm talking about knowledge. You know what I mean? So that's a whole different, but I like what you were talking about, and we'll definitely get back to that. Mo, what's up, brother?
Real quick, to piggyback on what Miko was talking about, it's interesting because like last year I was in Detroit, and I think like all these houses were burnt down, and community looking in shambles like it was. And these are like, huge, humongous homes that look like $1 million homes. And they said what happened was a lot of the white folks that had houses like that, they knew to have insurance. And, you know, back then, blacks didn't know to have insurance. So when something happened to their house or whatever, they weren't prepared for when, you know, white folks, they burnt their houses down, got paid the insurance money and moved out, and left the blacks holding the bag there because they didn't have insurance. And when they tried, you know, to burn their house down, they didn't have nothing. It was just a burnt down house. And so it's interesting that, you know, Miko is talking about that as far as like, we got to get that knowledge and know the ins and outs and every aspect of every walk of life, everything from finance, insurance, health, all that. I mean, it's big. We need to concentrate on.
Absolutely. We definitely gonna spend a call on that. And I want, because Miko has a lot of knowledge. I know I do too. But I want him to talk about some things. But I'll send you guys some info on that. Ty, you next, brother. It's on you.
For 2021, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be the same way that I am like every day, man. Like my goal every day is to get better mentally, physically, and financially. You know what I mean? Like every day. You know what I mean? And it's the want to always be better. Like I joke with people and I be telling them like, yo, I'm into being perfect. Even though I know I will never be perfect. Like there's no such thing as perfect. But I always say, why not shoot for 100%? So even if you hit a 95, you're doing good. You know what I mean? Like, and that's always been my goal. Like, you know what I mean? Because of knowledge of self, knowing who I am. Like I know who I am as a person. So I don't have to try to be nothing that I'm not. Every day I wake up and just say, I want to be the best I can be. You know what I mean? Me, who I am, as far as me personally, and then of course, me being a father, me being a husband, me being a brother, me being an uncle. I want to be better at all those fields as well. And then once I'm better individually, then I can look into saying, okay, now I could branch out and I can help others. Because I think a lot of times where a lot of people mess up is that, yes, helping other people is great, but if you ain't right yourself, you're not really going to be able to help others the right way. You know what I mean? Like, I always listen to the song Jay-Z had where he said, I can't help the poor if I am one of them. Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, how can I help people if I don't have money? So I had to get out here and get this money the way, but when I get it, I had a plan already. The plan wasn't the money. The plan was to do something with the money. You know what I mean? So I think, everybody should be that way. Everybody's goal in life should be to be the best person they could be. Because when I hear people talk about, you know, we got to do the community and I want to help the community, I always say, think about it. If we got a community with 100 families, right? And we got 100 moms and dads in every household, and 100 moms and dads taking care of each other and everything, taking care of their family, the community is already taken care of. You know what I mean? Because you got a community full of people that are taking care of themselves, so it's easy for us to help each other. And like we were saying before, and then that comes back to unity, because helping other people and them taking your advice, we got to be together. Like, I got to trust you to the point where when you sit me down and say, hey, man, this is how you do this. You go A, B, C. I got to trust you to go A, B, C. What it is now, because we don't have the unity and we don't have the trust, you can have a great idea to help somebody. They're not really going to pay you no attention because they just feel, you know what I mean? Like, it's no trust and there's no unity. Like, the whole thing with the my econ thing, which is a lifestyle to me. Like, but I don't do business like in my econ because I got frustrated, because when I first got in my econ and I understood how it worked, my first mentality was, dog, I'm helping everybody I know. Everybody I know who I know ain't got no money and I know ain't financially educated, I'm gonna give this to them and I'm gonna take care of them first, and then I'm gonna branch out to other people. But it seemed like the people you were the closest to was the ones who didn't want to take it from you. And then that kind of threw me off. But in my mind, I still looked at it like my econ was a way of life, a way of living, a way of making sure you take care of your finances and yourself. So me, I took it upon myself to use the principles for me and my family. Like, I'm good. But like we said, Miko and Rome, in 2021, I want to get back into my econ, and I want to go out and help people financially and all that. Because I always say the whole thing with money, man, is not that we don't have enough money, is that we don't know what we're doing with our money. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, there's a Chinatown everywhere. It's not just in New York. Everywhere there's a Chinatown. But I guarantee you, all their money is being spent with them. You know what I mean? Like, we take our money, we spend it with everybody else except us. If we were financially educated where we know how to make our money stretch, because it ain't about making a lot of money, it's about keeping what you make. You know what I mean? Like, there's people right now that can make $100,000 in a year and they live in check to check, don't have nothing because of the way they spend their money. Then you could take somebody who make $50,000, know what they're doing with their money, and they saving more money at the end of the year than the person who had 100,000. So it ain't about how much money you got, it's how much money education you have. And Miko, you know, I know how you get down. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta, that's something, like you said, that should be our first conversation, man. Like, let's get educated on these finances, but at the same time, we gotta start taking care of our health better. You know what I mean? Like, what's the use of having money, dog, if you ain't gonna be around to spend it? Or you can't enjoy it because your stomach hurt, or your knee hurt, or you're out of shape and all. Like, health, mentally and physically. You know what I mean? And then finances. Like, we got to get on all of it because, like I said, we got to look at every day. You got to get better, and you got to get better at everything. And of course,
this is what we gonna. This I like all of that. This is what we're gonna do. Dana, are you ready to speak? Dana, you good?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm good. I'm good now.
You in,
We had to
I
move all this.
got two other people. Go ahead.
Mine's is quick, man. Like I said before, it's getting together with pooling, getting together with people, getting new ideas, from people that because all the people that we know, pretty smart people, and if we can get together and we can come together on some ideas, like I just was talking to Gene earlier. Gene, remember Gene? I used to play ball. He's from 164. He wasn't that. Me and him used to go at it, just on some little man, big man stuff. Yeah. He just moved down to Georgia, and he was telling me, like, listen, dog. He said it's just so much, He said, man, you could, buy land, stuff like that. Maybe you could get together. And I was thinking about it. I was talking to Hassan. Remember Hassan young Hassan from up in Edison? He has his own, like, business. He does, Hassan wrote a couple of books, and, he did stuff like that. And he was, talking about buying land. I think it's all about getting together and putting ideas together and seeing if we can make it happen. Because, if we can put together a plan, for some things to happen, it's a lot of stuff can happen with research and planning and togetherism. It could happen in 2020. That's the only thing I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get into some things where, like Ty said, I can make some more money. I can help some people. I can donate to the church. I can donate to ASPCA, stuff like places like that. You know what I'm saying? And to the elderly. It would be great to be able to have a rehabilitation or something, or a center for the elderly. You know what I'm saying? It would be great, because how I hear these elderly places, they suck, a lot of them. A lot of non-caring people, and we need to take care of our elderly. We really do. We need to take care of our kids. We need to take care of our elderly, man. We really do. It pains me. The other day, I was at the L.O.L. I was about to go down the steps, and I see two guys by the door, and I see a lady with a walker, and there's no elevator. So how's she gonna get down the steps? So I offered. She's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't know what I would do." It's like, we gotta take care of our elderly. We gotta take care of our kids. We have to take care of ourselves. Like I said, health is wealth. If you're healthy, you can make something happen. If you're not, you can't. So we got to be able to help ourselves. We got to be able to help ourselves. We got to be able to get together and help ourselves. It's all about, that's what it's about, man. It's unity. It's unity. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
But that's what I say.
Good stuff, man. I'm proud of you too, man. Working on that set of the Kaepernick.
Yeah, good looking, kid. It don't look too bad either.
Yeah, that's what's up. We definitely want to talk more.
Nah. We're good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, man, I've it's I appreciate it, man. It's it went from being a PA. Remember, I used to PA,
Yeah.
and then I went to Cali and I started doing, started messing with the lighting stuff and went from there. I'm like I'm like one of the only dudes, I'm pretty sure, in the country that got both my local 80, that's West Coast, and East Coast, where I can work on both coasts in the union. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure. And there ain't too many. And black at that. So,
Yes, sir.
Like we have a black DP gentleman, this dude right here.
That's
Very cool dude.
All right, we're going to go to my man Bullock real quick. Bull, what's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm good with the screen up. Man, it's crazy, man. Like, listening to the brothers, man, like, I appreciate it. It's kind of like everybody hit, kind of something that I was going to say, but hit on the nail. But, like, I guess Mo was saying, I'm sorry if I don't get his names correct, but, you got to take care of self first, man. You know what I mean? I think going into 2021, I want to improve me, you know what I mean? Because if I improve me, I think I'll be able to improve the community, you know what I mean? Become a better, father, husband, you know what I'm saying? I take care of my health better, me, I've been doing martial arts for 10 years, you know what I mean? I'm like a second-degree black belt. But just even with that, becoming more, tactical in my survivals. You know what I mean? Like I garden. So this year I want to introduce hunting. I fish now. Different things that, a lot of us, shun, but these are stuff that our ancestors did. These are stuff that our ancestors did, even before, we came here, even when we was here as indigenous people of the land. So like getting back into that, passing stuff down. Like I guess the brother was saying, getting to, like the people to understand this. I'm kind of with it and not with it. You know what I mean? It's not really for you to understand me. It's for me to understand me and show and prove to those who want to see and want to know and want to be a part of what I got going on and want to be a part, want to be unified and want to. Because everybody's not going to make it, man. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And until we get that really in our minds, it's kind of like the brother was saying, like I come up with a business plan and I push it to people, you know what I mean? The people that's even close to you don't even want to know, but you'll take a brother that you don't even know. I just met Lat not too long ago, and you take a brother like, man, like how come we connect? We connect because our minds and our hearts connect. So we gravitate to each other. So if we gravitate to the people who want the knowledge and want the information, and we build on that, we be better. If we introduce different things in our lives, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this pandemic don't show you nothing, like, what happens if the grocery store closed? You know what I'm saying? For weeks or months on end. You know what I mean? Most brothers and sisters be lost without their cell phone. We don't know how to grow food. We don't know how to hunt. We don't know how to fish. You know what I mean? I was in Tennessee about 2 years ago. I was at this knife expo in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains. And I'm looking at these white dudes, man, in these pickup trucks. They loading up on ammo. They loading up on different things. They know how to camp. They know how to hunt. They ready. You know what I mean? You sit there, you look at some of the militia, they go up there, yeah, they got their guns and all that other type of stuff, but they ready. You know what I mean? The doomsday preppers, they ready for whatever comes. You know what I mean? You got brothers, you know what I mean? I'm looking at the protest jump, and you got, you know what I mean, like this whole sexuality, you got brothers out there twerking. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, are you war ready? You know what I mean? That's where my mind is. If I'm ready, you know what I'm saying, within self, then I'll be better for my family first. And I think if we really attack that, our families, our union, our wives, our children first, you know what I'm saying? Then we peel out to the community. I think all of us have good ideas, like even with me and Lat, we go back and forth with the young brothers, but they don't want the information. And maybe they do want it, they just don't know how to receive it. But at the same time, how long are you going to continue to waste time with those who don't want it? You know what I mean? It's like, I was listening to my man Star Kamala. He said, hey, we're not going to beat him in the head. That's what the club is for. I'm not going to beat you in the head. Those who want it will come. And those who don't, don't. And that's just the reality. So I think, you know what I'm saying, getting into self, you know what I'm saying, dealing with self, you know what I mean, the community itself, you know, your health, your finances, all that. Getting into that complete circle of understanding your emotions as a man, learning how to respond better instead of reacting, learning how to, you know, communicate your thoughts properly and logically, learning how to move and think first before you speak. You should be able to think 5 times before you even speak. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get into different things like that, man. But I definitely appreciate this platform. I wish I got on it before. I'm this year coming in. Anytime y'all brothers is on, I'm trying to get on. And that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. I got another brother from my job. He just got on. He was on a call with us before. Poke, you there? I'm gonna let you chime in real quick. You there? Poke. I see you logged in, but he might be on mute or something. So I guess I'm gonna go. The question was, what part of change are you looking for in 2021? For me, man, I want to be a better husband. I think I got an amazing wife. We talk a lot. I just want to be better. You know what I mean? I think when you get married, sometimes if you didn't grow up in a household where marriage was a norm, there's some rough patches and some rough times that you go through, or I would say some learning and development stages that you go through. And I think all of us can attest to that. So I just want to be better. I think I'm a good husband now, but I want to be a great husband to my wife because I got an amazing wife. So that's one of my goals. I want to be a better role model, just to inspire young men and young women just to do better. You know, I tell my kids all the time, the only difference between me and you is choices. Like, I'm not better than you. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody make you feel like they're superior than you. Everything is choice. You know, I look back to the people that I grew up around, and as Ty said earlier, like, you had to be who you were. Like, my friends accepted me. I was that dude that hooped. I wasn't no killer. I wasn't no dude hustling, but I was around that every single day. But I was comfortable being me. I never tried to be like them. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? They would have known, like, you're not me. And when we was growing up, you had to be who you were. Like, I couldn't act like I was a drug dealer if I wasn't. So nowadays, these kids are dealing with identity crisis. They don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just be better for them and be a better friend, a better father, you know, all of those things. Like, just continue to improve and push the needles for our people to get better as a whole. Learning finances, learning self-respect, learning respect, learning that we don't have to agree on everything and still have a conversation. You know, that's one of the things that we got to learn. Like, we don't have to agree, but we have to learn to come to a mutual understanding that you might have a valid point, I might have a valid point, and let's keep it moving. You know, so those are some of the things that, you know, I just want to get better at. And at the end of the day, man, 2020 has been crazy, man. I just saw
Great.
of all of the people that passed away in 2020. I think about going back and, you know, when me and Trey first found out that we had COVID-19, like the unknown. You see people dying, you know, on TV. And then you watching yourself every day, and you got like every symptom that they talking about, and you like, man, how bad is it gonna be? You know, and you just don't know. And so 2020 has been crazy. We've all had to make adjustments, you know, the way we live, you know, the way we move. But the great thing is that, you know, 2021 is approaching us, but we can't be the same person that we was in 2020. We got to improve, because it's not just on us, but we got people behind us, people looking up to us that need the change more than we might need it. And that goes back to you know, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X, the Harriet Tubmans, all of these people that paved the way, that made the ultimate sacrifice, that paid with their life. You know, my question is, what are we willing to do to reach that status? And I know for me, I want to do a lot. So with that being said, I'm gonna see if Pope got anything to say, and if not, we're gonna end this call, and we're gonna wait for 2021 to really talk about some real serious issues. Paul, are you there?
He don't have a mic.
Yeah, I know. I see him logged in. But anyway, man, I want to thank Ty. I want to thank Miko. I want to thank Ethan. I want to thank Dave Bullock. I want to thank Walt. I want to thank. Go ahead.
Hey, my bad. I know you're giving a thanks. Hey, I need the name of that book, though, man. Send me a text of the name of that book.
Oh, man. I'm going to show y'all brothers, man. Chokehold, man. My man, Paul Butler. I'm telling you, man, this is serious right here. When I say I'm not reading nothing else until I finish this.
Okay,
Right.
so I'm going to get that tonight.
This book is serious. Chokehold.
I'll get that. I'll get that on Amazon tonight. I
Yeah.
wanted to say something because what's name was saying about, you know, about the self-preservation, about the hunting and the agriculture. I was talking about that before. It's the points.
Yeah.
We need to teach our kids the points. You know, we need to teach them the math. We need to teach them the law. We need to teach them how to defend themselves. We need to teach them the agriculture. We need to teach them everything, and that's what we need. And he's definitely right with that. Definitely right. He hit it right on the head. But that's what I wanted to say. We definitely need to teach our kids that, and that's what the key is. I think so, man. I really do. I stress that point.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, man. So listen, man, all y'all brothers have a good one. I don't speak to y'all before the new year. Man, y'all have a good new year. And man, let's make a difference in 21. Let's set out to be better leaders, not just in our own households. We starting there first, but to be better leaders
Look at that.
so that we'll have people
Look.
that change their lives because of the decisions and the knowledge that we've given. All right?
All right, dude.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.
War.
Peace.
Come on back in.